Just finished reading this book, The Prison Healer, a couple days ago. I did not know anything about this book. I was legit interested in just reading more books, especially since I finished school this year, and for the longest time I've just been pushing off my hobbies. So this is one of the books that I didn't know anything about, and I was actually least interested between the two books that I rented from my local library. But I was surprised I actually like it so much to the point where I got the second and third book with my own copy, and maybe in the future I'll go ahead and get my own physical book of the first copy. It might seem a little redundant, but I mean, there was no physical copy of the following books in my local library, so that's why I ended up buying it. So, there's this video's gonna have some spoilers, okay? But the plot twist was crazy. I did not expect her to be the rebel princess, and I did not expect Tilda to be her mom. Crazy. So I'm kind of thinking, like in the prologue, or what is that called? Prologue? Like the very first thing that, um, yeah, the prologue of this book. Maybe her dad, Feriden, was caught with their mom, and the mom probably is known to be a rebel. In the backstory, she is a thief and stuff like that. Um, I love this. I love this map. I just think I really love books with this type of map. Anyways, back to the story itself. Um, I think this book was worth the read. While I was reading it, though, whenever they talked about the stomach virus, there was a good portion of chapters where it was just about the stomach virus, and I felt like it was very boring. I feel like it was essential, but also boring to read. I think you could have just summed it up in a few chapters, but maybe there's like a certain amount of pages that needed to be completed in order for this to be published. That's why it was a little bit longer, extended. But also, that was a plot twist as well of the warden going ahead and, essentially killing off these prisoners. I don't know how this prison system works. Is it like you're in there forever, or you serve a certain amount of time and then you go out? That's why. I'm just thinking, oh no, actually, nobody ever leaves the prison. I just remember that. So technically, if you're in here, you die in here. And that sucks. It sucks. Character wise, Kiva, the main character, I genuinely liked her. As someone from the healthcare, I guess, standpoint, I really understood her points. For example, when Jaren and a lot of people were against the rebel queen being treated and cared for by Kiva. Um, First of all, we didn't know it was her mom, but that adds to the element of why she's taking care of this patient like crazy. But also, it's like, as a healthcare worker, you have to go ahead and essentially put aside everything, like your own morals and stuff like that, to make sure this patient stays alive. Do you know what I mean? So that's just how it is. It is a tough situation to be in, but that's just how um, the system is created, and I think it will stay like that for a while. So I resonated whenever she said something like that. And also, plot twist, I didn't think Jaren, well, Kiva did mention that Jaren was somewhat of lineage, I guess, royalty lineage, but he never really confirmed it. I mean, that, right. But he did like slip a thing where he said he was horseback riding with his brothers and whatever. So we already have an inkling that he was part of royalty, but it was just never confirmed at the very end. But it was cool that he has all elemental powers, and it was also pretty cool that it was just, whoever, what was it, his like brother or cousin, stepped up to be him during the first trials. Also, the trials, crazy, crazy. Like, she actually survived the whole 4 ordeals. I mean, yes, it was due to Jaren's help, or the prince's help, whatever you want to say, but she still survived. Like, she survived even with his help. She still was able to survive. I think that's crazy. That's crazy. Like, the burning thing, that was crazy. I mean, they were all crazy, but that was the craziest one. And I feel like, mm, the tunnels might have been, the very last one might have been, you know, the least crazy. But at the same time, we didn't know, like, probably the average person would have died there because they had no fire magic and they wouldn't be able to see or anything. Um, what else? Nari, I really like, I hope I'm saying that name right, but Nari, I really like how their friendship started to grow. because I think it was after the second trial. I think the second trial, which was the fire one. Jaren was like there by Kiva's side practically the whole time, and she was like teasing her. She was like, "Oh yeah, you just wanted to be sick longer so you can be in Jaren's strong arms, and he took a long time to let go of you." You know, it was just nice to see that tease. Oh my god, bangs. They were just teasing each other, like sisters, you know, or like close friends. But it's kind of hard in that type of environment as well, you know. And Tip was so cute. I love Mott as well. Mott is just like an old grandpa. An old grandpa, and I'm really sad that he sacrificed himself. But at the same time, if I was Mott and I was his age, I'm assuming he was like maybe 60s, 70s, right? He was right. He would slow them down, and I mean, you lived your life for the most part. You know, I don't know how long he has been in the prison. I don't think even though he's old, he wasn't there since he was younger. You know, like 20s or something. Or I'm gonna do this, something like that. But overall, I think the story is pretty good. I know I'm just rambling simply about the story, which, you. But yeah, I genuinely think this was a pretty good book for something that I didn't expect to like. Because between the two, like I said, this was the one that I was least excited to read. But the prologue was very interesting, and the story just panned out to be more interesting, with a few exceptions of something lame. Like something. I mean, it wasn't lame, but it was just too redundant. Like, we know you're getting the samples, you're getting this. Just move on. You know, this is the second book that I'm reading. I haven't really read it for a while. Like, I was solely focused on this one, and they were pretty similar in a way anyway, so I just wanted to focus on this. I am gonna finish reading this. Right now I'm on chapter 11, where Wilhelm just died, which is the cousin of one of the students here, but that's for another story. So overall, would I recommend this book? Personally, I would recommend it if I think this is like a mystery, romance, thriller, stuff like that. I didn't know any of the genre. Like I said, I think I knew it was probably mystery and something, but I didn't know about the romance. I was like kicking my feet when I was reading whatever Jaren was saying, like, "I'll stand by your side if you want me to." I'm like, what? Stop. And the way that they describe their eyes, is this just a thing? I don't know if this is just a thing for fantasy books. Like, where is the brown-eyed love? Where is it? They're always green or blue so far. At least with these two books, they're green or blue. The MC here has green eyes. The ML has blue eyes with some gold stuff. Tip has blue eyes. I think maybe Mott has brown eyes. I don't know, but where's the love for the brown-eyed folks? Even in this one, the FL, female lead, has green eyes. Well, I mean, there is brown-eyed love here with Thomas. I'm assuming the male lead. Yes, if you're looking for a good like mystery, thriller, stuff like that, romance book, I would recommend it. I know I spoiled most of it, or at least a good portion of it. I think for the middle part, I was kind of confused. Oh, quick question. So after the fourth ordeal, right after they got out the tunnel and stuff, they saw the riot and stuff. So I'm like, was this the actual rebels breaking in? Because Crystal was fighting, you know, Butcher and Bones were fighting, which are the guards, and then Narwi's also fighting, and then there's a lot of death with prisoners and guards and stuff like that. But I'm like, was this the prisoners kind of like, ooh, Kiba like, you know, made some spirit happen? Or was this the time when the rebels were kicking in? Or maybe because her mom died, maybe that is the reason why.